Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. JNTUK final year ECE, Department of ECE, Chebrolu Engineering College. Subject Satellite Communication, lecture number 30, unit number 3, June 2nd, Tuesday. This session topic name System Design for Specific Performance, day 30. So welcome to this online lecture session. So in previous session, so we got knowledge regarding uplink attenuation. So in this uplink attenuation, the main agenda is rain attenuation on this uplink path to the satellite that will reduce the power at the satellite receiver input. Perhaps reducing C by N a direct proportion to the attenuation on slant path that will exist in this rain attenuation. This effect further continues if the transponder is operating in linear mode. Output power will be reduced by same amount, which will cause C by N that will fall down and amount equals to attenuation on the uplink design. So hence the case here, linear transponder and rain attenuation in the uplink path that can represented by here with an equation shown on this CNR. So this is the equation number 1. CNR downlink for rain that equals to CNR DN in clear air minus A rain and minus delta N. And the overall C by N for this example given by for problem calculations. So this is the overall C by N equation 1 by 1 divided by CNR plus 1 by CNR. So the earth station receiver and the noise temperature can change very significantly where rain presenting in the downlink path from the satellite system. So the sky noise temperature that can increase to close to physical temperature of individual raindrops. So particularly that problem encountered in heavy rain. So what is the remedy for this problem equals to a reasonable temperature that we assume for temperature latitude in a variety of rainfall up to 270 Kelvin, although so the values of 290 Kelvin has been observed in the topics. So an increasing in this noise temperature. So an increasing in this noise temperature to 270. So that will increase the receiving antenna temperature. So therefore the result is reduced by this CNR. So here the overall CNR for downlink attenuation and C by N downlink that can be represented here by the equation which you are watching on the screen. So here I mentioned one point, unless we are making a loop back test. Loop back test is one of the procedure implemented in satellite communication to check whether the CNR up and CNR down are properly noted down is or not. So we will assume that the values of this C by NR up is for clear for air and remains constant regardless of this attenuation on the downlink object. So next thing here, I wish to say the system design for specific performance. So what is the meaning for this specific performance? And that specific performance may be suited for system design consideration. For system design consideration, so what is the performance steps that the system design engineer has to take to improve the quality on the system performance? So here, two-way satellite communication link has 4 separate paths. So to understand the specific performance for the system design criteria, so this slide belongs to what is the system design concept and that is relevant to the specific performance. So by in which way does we improve the system design quality? By understanding the performance characteristics of the satellite in a specified manner. So for that purpose, a two-way link has 4 separate paths. So here that is represented here. Outbound uplink path from one terminal to satellite. So this is one point here. So I am underlining outbound uplink path from one terminal to the satellite. So what is outbound uplink path? So generally we have uplink equation from previous literatures. So from that uplink path, so one of the important paths here, so we have outbound uplink path from the one terminal to the satellite. So what is the outbound uplink path? So outbound uplink path indicates the maximum permittable level for the safe link design formation. That formation here we have to notice in the on terminal satellite. So here on in one terminal satellite, we have to notice that information. So another point here I am underlining. So outbound downlink to the second terminal. So first terminal link the outbound uplink, and for second terminal link this outbound to the downlink terminal. What is the separate another one? Inbound uplink from second terminal and inbound downlink to the first terminal. So there are cross checking of the 4 individual paths that here they made to understanding the system performance. So the first one equal to, here I am writing. So this is the first one, outbound path link from one terminal to satellite. So this is the second outbound link to the second terminal. Third one, inbound link from second terminal to satellite. Fourth one, inbound downlink to the first terminal. So inbound downlink to the first terminal. So these are the 4 separate paths that a two-way satellite communication link has its own system performance adjustment link formation. So these links in 2 directions are be independent and also separated according to the various multiple accessing techniques. Generally, the transponder uses FDMA technique. Generally, the transponders uses FDMA technique. So we in upcoming unit we have what are the various multiple access techniques that our satellite communication system follow. So during that classes, we will elaborately explain what are the various accessing techniques, FDMA, TDMA, CDMA, SDMA. And apart from this specification knowledge, here a broadcaster link, which is exactly similar to that of TV system broadcaster. So there are one system we have to maintain to make. So in similar way, a DBS TV system generally employed this system design specifications to maintain the proper uplink frequencies and the downlink frequencies, which are connectively operated through the entire operation. So this is the slide belongs to the information regarding how to understand specific performance information for system design. So this is very important slide. So majority times asked in the previous end examination. So everybody try to make the snapshot. So satellite communication link design procedure. So the name of this slide or question number, question name. So what is the link design procedure? What is the link design procedure for satellite communication? So satellite communication link design procedure. So in this slide, we have link design procedure fixed by satellite communication forum and agencies. So worldwide, this procedure will be followed to design the link. So very most popular question. So what is the step 1? So step 1 here I am reading. Determine the frequency band in which system must operate. Comparative designs may be required to help make selection. So generally, this is the known factor for everybody. So first select the frequency band or frequency band in which the system must operate. So for example, there is system to communication related issues or bounded by frequency band. So once to test or the system in which the operating frequency band, first choose the specified band. So determine the frequency band first. When this frequency band is selected, then with respect to that particular band, for example, L band, S band, C band, so the system designer engineer may wish to design the particular view regarding this system design issues. So that is the first step two. Come to step number two. When frequency band selected, choose the parameters of the satellite. So we have various parameters of the satellite, which we will cover in the past lectures. So from that reference knowledge, determine the parameters, especially communication parameters of the satellite. When once these parameters are justified, when once these parameters are clearly understand, then what is the continuation task? Estimate the values that are known. So choose the values. So suppose the system design parameters has 5 parameters. So out of 5, the system designer may know 2 or 3 values perfectly. Then focus on unknown parameters, do that exercise on that one. So that is the determination of the communication parameters. So now what is the third step? So determine the parameters of transmitting and receiving earth stations. So this word is very popular in satellite communication explanation, earth station. So transmitting and receiving earth stations have their own individual working parameters. So try to focus on these working parameters or determine these parameters. The step number 3 comes to step number 4. Start at the transmitting earth station, establish uplink power budget, transponder noise budget to find carrier noise ratio for uplink in the transponder. So CNR up. So CNR up has this value. So start the configure or design this uplink power budget. So with respect to uplink power budget, transponder noise power budget. So transponder noise power budget is to be evaluated. So that noise budget and power budget both are cumulatively helpful to provide CNR up data. So do the task. Come to the step number 5. Find output power of the transponder based upon gain or output back off. So already this type of task we done in problem calculation. So find that output power of the output power transponder gain. So now point number 5. When the gain, so when gain calculated, calculation of the gain completed, come to the step number 6. Establish a downlink power and a noise budget for receiving station. Already this problem completed in step number 4. Similar task, similar work, repeat the similar work for receiving earth station criteria. So while comes to the receiving earth station, calculate the noise budget first, calculate the power budget first. Then we have an estimation to completed this task. So establish the downlink. Establish the downlink for noise budget. The task is completed. Now come to the step when both values are ready, then what we will perform? CNR down and CNR output for the edge of the coverage zone. So already this type of based upon this statement we completed on a problem in previous lectures also. Clear? So these are the first 6 crucial steps that you have to better understand in deep manner. Now come to the step number 6, 7. Calculate bit error rate in the baseband signal. That will helps to calculation of the link margins. So we completed this link margin issues, link margins. So calculate that link margins. So evaluate the results and compare with specification requirements, changing the parameters, CNR and bit error rate. Next point number 9. So determine propagation conditions under which the link must operate. So justify whether what type of the propagations which are be exactly matched to this satellite communication. First choose the type of propagation. Generally the space propagations, sky propagations, both are cumulatively work for this satellite communications. So check that propagation conditions under that must be operate. So calculate now next redesign the system. Just redesign the system by changing some parameters. If this link margins are adequate, check all the parameters that are responsible for making this budget. So these are the important issues. Whatever the system engineers they notice in their literature. So once again, I will recall all this in quick manner. Determine the frequency band in which system must be operated. So choose the band. Determine the communication parameters. Clear? Determine the communication parameters. Determine the parameters for transmitting and receiving earth stations. First, choose that receiving earth stations and etc. modifications. Find the output power for the transponders. So similarly, calculate downlink power and noise budgets for the receiving earth stations. Clear? And similarly, determination of all this propagation conditions that we have to understand which the link must be operate. So dear participants, this slide belongs to the procedure, whatever the agency, satellite communication agency shared to the society. So these 10 steps are very crucial while formation of the satellite communication link process. So take snapshot. So go to the next slide. So under this link procedure explanation, we have the system design role. So what is this slide belongs to what is the role for system design? So take snapshot. So the role for system design in this link design criteria is nothing but once the designing of satellite communication links that are applicable for the band theory, that is L band, S band, Ku band. So the geostationary satellites with bent pipe transponders are utilized to distribute this TV signals from a uplink earth station to many receiving station throughout the country, throughout the states, whatever be available in the particular country. Then what happened on this task? The design requires 17 dB of CNR for the ground earth station. So while doing this system design, so we have to maintain 17 dB at the receiver earth stations. So that will result 0-bit errors in the received digital video signal when proper encoding phenomena, when proper encoding principles are be implemented throughout the system design criteria. So this minimum allowed, so the minimum allowed overall CNR is 8 dB. That will ensure the BAR with the earth station receiver, so that will not extended up to 10 dB. So the minimum overall CNR value should be kept for link design procedure that system design occupies overall maximum of 6 to 10 dB. Generally, this link procedures system designs follow the DVBS standards for making this uplink transmitter power. Similarly, to calculate the gain, so therefore corresponding specifications are to be determined while for calculation of this system design link procedures. So by understanding all this information together, we have here to present some link formation. So illustration of the video distribution system supplying cable TV signals via GEO satellites. So based upon some iterations, so this is the picture indicates a video distribution system utilized by our local cable TV signals, which are be indicating through GEO satellites. So in this example, for example, in this slide, the picture has satellite. So this is the satellite Ku band satellite, and this is the uplink earth design. So uplink earth design satellite. So this satellite, which is located with respect to angle 73-degree west direction, it has 28 number of Ku band transponders. So here all mentioned. So this is one Ku band downlink, one Ku band downlink, one Ku band downlink. So these are cable TV receiver stations that will assigned by this Ku band satellite. So, however, for international registration of this satellite location, the location has denoted with 287 degree east direction. Therefore, link budgets are developed with this example, how to establish or how to indicate this phenomena, how to indicate this phenomena throughout the uh, fixed criteria. So for that one, here I mentioned one point. So the advantages and disadvantages of implementing the prescribed satellite communications are considered. So satellite stations. So satellite stations are be indicated. Satellite link designs are be formed. So therefore here TV signals to the particular TV head stations are be probably their corresponding outage on uplink must be made very small. So by using this picture, so listeners has some idea how this Ku band satellite will able to configure for the particular notation. So here I made some link design procedure example. So satellite and earth stations. Satellite and earth stations link procedure. So in for that link procedure, here they made one tabular form. So that equals to here antenna gain on axis. So that equal to represented by 31 dB. Transponder system noise temperature, that is here we have 50K. Transponder saturated output power 80 watts. Transponder bandwidth. Transponder bandwidth. So transponder bandwidth here approximately 54 megahertz. So this is the Ku band specifications. Similarly, compressed digital video signals. So what is the compressed digital video signal symbol rate? Here mentioned 44.3 Mbps. Minimum permittable over CNR, that equals to 80 dB. So likewise various system parameters. So like uplink earth stations, uplink frequencies, downlink earth stations. So all these are the indicated uplink earth stations. So uplink frequencies, so 5M, so 68%. So frequency 14 gigahertz. So Ku band CNR 27 dB and a transponder 1 dB. So miscellaneous uplink loss that equal to here 1 dB. So downlink at the stations 65% efficiency. So likewise all parameters are which are indicating here. So based upon this tabular form, here we construct rain attenuation and propagation factors. So what are the what are the rain attenuations and what are the factors that affects the Ku band? So Ku band clear air, so which is attenuated here. So that equals to here 0.7 dB here. The downlink we have 0.5 dB here, and uplink we are having 6 dB here, and the downlink for 0.1 here, so that equals to 5 dB. So based upon this example, KU band uplink design. So what are the KU band uplink design? So this is the KU band uplink design. So in this KU band uplink design, the observation made here, uplink antenna has a diameter of 5 meter and aperture efficiency of 68%. So we must calculate the antenna gain. We must calculate the antenna uplink gain. We must calculate the antenna uplink gain. So therefore, uplink antenna has diameter of 5 m and efficiency of 68% here I mentioned. So what is the frequency of resonance operating band? 14 gigahertz. So 14 gigahertz, we have the length here. So the wavelength is applicable. So dear participants, today we completing this online session. So in the same session, in upcoming session, uh, we will explain. So I will explain the continuation from this link budget. So please subscribe channel, give your valuable likes, comments on YouTube channel for this video lecture. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you for every participant.